A year ago, I made a video saying that OG Anunoby. Also, someone says I don't say OG Anunoby correctly. Tell me if I'm saying it wrong. But either way, OG is a guy that I had said last year was going to take that next step into being a perennial all-star, joining, hopefully the next generation of two-way players. When you think of two-way wings, you think of guys like Paul George, Kawhi Leonard. And I know that that's a tall task, and I'm not saying that he's going there, but guys who can go up and down the floor, Chris Middleton. And I personally always have felt OG had that potential to be an all-star. Him, Jaylen Brown, like esque level. Maybe I'm assuming too much, but I always felt like he showed signs tonight. I mean, he dropped. I know it's preseason basketball, but he dropped a 30 bomb and showing what he could do, not only as a three-point shooter, which he's gotten better every year, as a rebounder, as a defender. And on this team, like, don't get me wrong, Scotty Barnes, I believe he's a 20-point scorer. Pascal Siakam has shown he's a 20-point scorer. But we needed a guy who could be like, to create a trio. And I think that trio could be Scotty, OG, and Pascal. I want to hear your thoughts down below. But OG's a guy who, rookie year, and I know the last 2 seasons, health is the reason why he hasn't taken the sleep. If he's fully healthy, this guy is going to be scary. 7'2" wingspan, 6'7", British basketball player from London, United Kingdom. But he went from averaging 6 points his rookie year, 7 points his sophomore year, then in his third season, 11 points. Fourth season, 16 points. Fifth season, 17. And I really think this is the year he breaks 20 points. And he's always shown it. He's gone, this is a guy who's going to come in, drop at least 17, grab 5 to 6 rebounds a night, dish out 2-3 assists a night, get 1-2-3 steals a night, and get a block every other night, okay, for their teams. And people don't realize is OG, and for the season he averaged obviously 17 points a night, and there was a span in November last year through 8 games. OG Anunoby averaged 22 points, okay, shooting 46.6% from the field, 37.5% from 3. And the crazy part about this is for the season he averaged 6.6 threes. In that month where he shot 7 threes. He was shooting them basically at the same rate, okay? And the thing was he was attacking the rim more. He was getting to the free throw line like 3 or 4 times a night, and he was usually shooting about 14 field goals for the season per game. In that month, he was shooting 18. And to start the season last year, he was shooting 17, 18 times a month. And even another month where he was averaging 18 a night, where he was just shooting 15, he was getting to the free throw line a lot more. And I just think that's the whole thing, is him just getting more of his shots and creating that space. And again, I've always thought OG Anunoby was this guy that was going to be able, especially with the current roster, with what we assume is probably going to be the starting lineup for this coming season, with a healthy Pascal, I assume Pascal Siakam, Precious Achiuwa, OG Anunoby, Scotty Barnes, Fred VanVleet. That way you have Gary Trent off the bench as, a scorer. And it's looking like they're going to keep Josh Jackson or, Shapenny. But then they have Gary Trent as their 6th man, Otto Porter and Chris Boucher and Thad Young off the bench. Right there, I think that's like a super, super deep team, okay? And I don't know. I think this is just a team that people are just overlooking, the fact that the Toronto Raptors are a squad that, I don't know why, but people act like them winning a championship was just like, happenstance. Like it was just luck. Like they didn't actually deserve it. And this is a team that's continued to be like constructed pretty freaking well, in my opinion. And I just think at this point, OG Anunoby is a guy that you better keep your eye on him, because he's a guy that could really shock some people and make some noise this coming year. And I think for me, he's always been just somebody I've loved watching, due to the fact that he just has a really good skill set that I think, multi-positional player. He can play shooting guard, small forward, and power forward in a pinch, and he can guard anyone. Really, he can guard anyone. And I don't mean that as an exaggeration. No, he literally can guard anyone, and it's just so much fun to watch, okay? So that's where I want to hear your thoughts down below. Oh, we have my dog. She's joining us. She's saying hello. She's like, I love OG Anunoby, right? Come here. She said, how much do you like OG Anunoby? She's like, I like him a lot. He's a nice guy. Well, that's the video, guys. I hope you guys do enjoy it. Like, comment, subscribe, do all that good jazz. We'll talk at a later date, but that's it from me. Peace. Ooh.